Hello Kamen fans and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today, with a bunch of glare on the box and kind of the best that I can fit it into the review station, I am very excited to finally take a look at the deluxe Desire Driver and a Zombie Raised Buckle and Raised Buckle Holder set from Kamen Rider Geats. So this is the main driver of Kamen Rider Geats, as well as Kamen Rider Buffa here, because this is the combo set where you get the zombie buckle and everything. Now, you can buy this in a couple of different formations, sort of. So the base buckle set, or the base Desire Driver set, is with just the driver, with Magnum, Boost, and Hammer. So you're going to get that regardless, and then you can buy the zombie buckle with the holders as its own separate entity, which is actually not out yet, which is kind of strange. The only way to get it so far is in this set, but it is being released in I think this upcoming weekend individually. So, and that's how you get the Buffa ID core. You get Geats' ID core with the main regular driver, but this is the combo set, which I got off of Amazon Japan. And then you might be able to see it up here. Since I got it off of Amazon Japan, I was able to use the guaranteed listing that got me the Revice raised buckle, which, as you can see, they just taped to the box. So it's just sitting there. So very nice that I got that as well. So between that and getting the Revice first release bonus, which you're not going to be guaranteed to get, that is 5 buckles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 buckles. And really gets you kind of everything. Because you get 2 ID chips, you're going to get 1 for each main side, you're going to get 1 of the weapon ones, 1 of the Legend Rider ones. So we can pretty much kind of do everything here with this set. So very excited to have this finally. It was really cool getting to play with it early at Power Morphicon when it was on display at the Tokollectibles booth, and it finally arrived today. 2 episodes into Geats' being on TV, and it's really good. I really like Geats so far quite a bit, and I like the suit. I love this belt, so I'm very excited to open this up. So yeah, and there's Kamen Rider Buffa there with his main zombie buckle, which is a really cool looking one. And then on the top, it just shows you a nice picture of everything that you get. So there is the Desire Driver with the buckle hanging off the side of it. And then there's everything there. So you get the Desire Driver, Magnum, Boost, Zombie, Hammer, the holders, and then Geats and Buffa's ID chip. On the side, which is going to be very hard to show, you just get a bunch of random combinations like Magnum Boost, Hammer Magnum, Hammer Boost, Magnum with nothing, Boost with nothing, Hammer with nothing, and then you can't even see the rest of it. There's more and more. Because there's so many different combinations. There's more combinations on the other side with the zombie buckle. The bottom is nothing very exciting whatsoever. Showed the top already. It's also pretty heavy too. On the back, you just got a lot going on. So it shows when you put the ID chip, it says entry. It shows how to use the hammer. It shows how to use just Magnum, how to revolve it on to make Magnum from the torso to the legs. Same thing with did I say? I meant Boost when I said that. Boost from the torso to the legs, and then Magnum from the torso to the legs. Putting 2 buckles on, so many different stuff here. It shows that you can use the buckle holder to holster a buckle, and I believe it's also showing that you can use the same holster to holster the Magnum gun, which I did not buy. So let's go ahead and open everything up here, and we'll get more zoomed in here a little bit, and we'll take a look at all of this stuff, because I'm very excited to finally have my own. Okay, so here's everything out of the box, and there's quite a bit going on here. There's a lot of different pieces in this, which is really, really cool. I don't even know where to start. So we kind of have everything laid out here, including the Revice buckle and everything. It's not all in frame, obviously. Even if I zoom out, it's still not really all in frame. It is better, I suppose. But that is everything you get in this combo set, which is quite a bit. Now, of course, like I said earlier, you're not guaranteed to get the Revice buckle. There was just a listing for it on Amazon Japan to where you were guaranteed. And I will take a look at this in a second because it is a really cool looking buckle. But I guess what we could start with and kind of get some of the stuff out of here would be these. So here's obviously the typical Kamen Rider belt straps that we get every year. They're just nice silver ones, nothing too crazy. And obviously they are never going to ever be able to fit me. So those alongside the little belt strap thing is practically useless to me. But obviously, of course, it's still included, because why wouldn't it be? But basically, so the main set is the Desire Driver itself, which, as you can see, is quite barren, quite empty here. So we have that. We have the Geats ID core. We have Magnum's buckle, Boost's buckle, and Hammer's buckle. And so that's what you get in the main set. So I'm going to kind of move all of Buffa's stuff off to the side, and we are going to play around with this. So I've already put batteries into the Desire Driver, which it takes 3 AAAs, pretty standard for a Kamen Rider belt. That's kind of usually what they take and everything like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the driver itself. So I really do like the design of this quite a bit. It makes me think of like the circle pattern, kind of makes me think of like the Deca driver. I definitely kind of get Jiku driver vibes from this with the double-sided rail system ports for the series gimmick. There's also kind of a 0-1 driver kind of look to it with the the big circle. But I do quite like this belt quite a bit. So obviously it does have a spinning feature, which makes me think a lot of it like the Jiku driver as well, because of just how that works for the revolve on, which I don't think is... I mean, it's a nice gimmick, but I don't think it's like super needed, if that makes any sense, because you can put the buckles on either side and stuff like that. But as you can see, the way you're supposed to have it is with the button on the top for when you spin it, and then the on and off switch should be on the bottom. And then taking a look at the back, it's just one of those push-in battery compartments where like you push the little pin in, and then you turn this door, and then the 3 batteries go in there. And then on these sides here, I'm pretty sure these are these push-in for you to retract or to take the buckles off. Because like you slide hammer in there, you don't just want to pull it off, you want to grab the little gray side, push it in, and then take a buckle off. So I think to get started here, we'll go ahead and turn the belt on. Ooh. So there's like little buttons here that the buckles are going to click, but when you activate anything without... Okay, so it does make a sound when you do that. So just kind of a generic sound there, no lights are happening yet or anything like that. We'll go ahead and start with the Geats ID core. And I gotta say, I don't know why I expected these to be like thinner, but these are a lot thicker than I was expecting them to be. So you kind of get this nice pearly kind of off-white, or I mean obviously it's very white, Geats symbol there, which is really cool. They really need to figure out how they're going to sell a lot more of these, because right now the only ones we have like officially announced are Geats and Buffa, but we know there's like at least 7 riders that we're kind of following as like the main protagonists. And then of course both episodes so far have shown that there's plenty of other riders in the Desire Grand Prix, and I don't know how we're going to get all these ID chips, if they're even going to bother. I don't think the ID chips particularly matter. I mean they do, but like I don't think it matters. Like if you put Geats in here, if you put Buffa, I think it's more of just an aesthetic thing. I don't think it changes any standby music or anything like that, like the faceplates from Gaim. It's a similar kind of mechanic to that, but basically you just slot it in and that should activate entry. That's pretty cool. So I mean that's the generic henshin for like the base form. And then let's try to do a revolve on. Obviously it doesn't do anything because we don't have any buckles. But it does light up that center though. And I guess that would kind of be like canceling the transformation, I guess. Pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and start with Magnum, because that is Geats' kind of... Well, they're both Geats' main buckles, obviously form basically like halves of a driver. These are pretty big gimmick items, and they're pretty cool. So here is Magnum. So basically every one of like the big buckles have, I mean they'll have some sort of moving mechanic to them, but Magnum's has the little, what is this called? I mean it's the little revolver part, right? So I like that quite a bit. And you get the trigger kind of, which is really neat. I like that quite a bit. So there is just kind of the design of that there. On the back, you can see that these just have a rail system gimmick. That's the kind of gimmick we have this year, where they are rail system ones. These ones, I'm not sure what this little thing is for. I'm sure it's to activate like stuff in the driver. Yeah, because when you click the trigger, it's moving it. So that's to activate different stuff, which I'm assuming is also kind of related to the buttons and everything on there. But yeah, Magnum is pretty sweet. So we can go ahead and slot that in. You can put it on either slot, even though you can just alternate it around with a revolve on. But let's line that up. So you get this very nice light, and then you're going to rotate the kind of barrel. So I activated the finisher instead of the transformation, which is what I was not trying to do. But we're gonna try that again. There we go. Oh, that's so cool. So clicking the button activates a Magnum strike. so you can just do a bunch of fun finishers and everything with that. So I like the lights, all the alternating, get like the kind of crackling effect and everything in there. It's pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. It's on there nicely. I mean, I wouldn't want to really hold it necessarily with this. So this right here would be Magnum as its torso without any leg belts or buckles. And then you can revolve on. So that basically makes now Magnum is the legs and there's nothing on the torso. And then we can, I guess, revolve on again. Sweet. So that is that, and then we'll push on that side there and take Magnum off. So obviously we are going to put Magnum with Boost, but here is Boost, which is kind of a rare item in the show. So as you can see, it has an action gimmick there. Very, very much love the chrome paint that this has. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the whole revving up. It's very similar to like the Axle driver, which is a driver that I do not have and have always wanted. So being able to actually have a belt that can do it is pretty sweet. So I like Boost quite a bit. He's had it in both episodes, but it keeps flying away. So it seems like it's definitely a harder one for Ace to keep. So there's Boost on there. Oh, that's so cool. So I love that. And then you can keep revving it up. Now, I know there's like a couple different kind of finishers. There's so many different combinations and everything. I'm definitely going to be missing stuff in this video review. But the point is for me to just kind of get the basics out there. So I apologize if I don't do every single little thing that these belts can do. Because I'm also kind of just playing around with them and kind of getting my first impressions. So if I don't show something in particular, leave it in the comments or whatever. Maybe I can do it in future Geats videos. But I'm kind of just trying to get the basics out here because there is a lot to do. So we'll go ahead and take Boost off. So now I'm going to attempt to do Magnum Boost. And I'm pretty sure I can do it. So it shouldn't be too difficult. So Magnum Boost is his base form. So we'll attach Magnum. And we'll attach Boost. That is so cool. This is probably one of the coolest belts that I've ever played with. I love that so much. So you kind of just have to, I mean, I technically did that kind of all over the place because like I spun this and then I turned that and then I clicked that. So there's just so many like moving pieces and stuff to do, which is really fun to be able to, you have to like rev it up and you have to click this trigger, and that's going to make these buckles really fun throughout this year to be able to just have the different mechanics. Buffus has like this little dial, or well, yeah, it is Buffus, but Zombies has this little dial that we're going to spin. I love it. It's just really cool. And then we can do a revolve on with Magnum Boost. So, I mean, the revolve ons don't really do too much for me. They're fine, but like you could just swap the buckles on the other sides. I get it's easier to just have them on there and then just flip it on a whim. I like that, but still. Alright, so I should be able to do a like a full-on rider kick. Okay, so it's boost time. There we go. So I somehow activated a Magnum Boost Grand Victory, which is what I was going for. But you can just do a boost like on its own. Okay, so I did that again, basically. But yeah, like I said, just kind of fiddling with it, kind of playing around. So I will go ahead and take both buckles off now, which will close Boost up. Magnum is all ready to go. So, because we have other kinds of buckles and other fun stuff to play around with. So, another gimmick is these raised buckles, which these are weapon ones, which every single time that they do a weapon one, it is a repaint of a previous rider's weapon or suit or something from an older Kamen or show. I said like series and show together. So that's really cool, and it's obviously just a neat way to save money and everything. So like whenever they get Hammer, it's just a repainted version of the Donkachi Grid-On's weapon from Gaim. There's build repaints, there's 4Z repaints, stuff like that, even Geo repaints, which is fun. I definitely do like that. So as you can see here, this hammer moves down, and it moves either way because you can put the buckle on either side. But if you want it as a torso, which is what it primarily is, you're going to want to slide it on this side. And this really is where you can see the nice light here on the simpler buckles. Really like that. So you have this very nice pink light. And I think that the simple buckles work really well too. Obviously you have the nicer, bigger raised buckles for like the main actual forms. But I hope that they don't let these kind of just go by the wayside. I really want to see them do more with these. There's a lot of leaked sounds for this buckle already that has a lot of different like random weapons that they can keep doing. But I hope that they don't just kind of get forgotten throughout the show, although they definitely will be because they're very simple. But they're still cool. I really like them a lot. The kind of just like simple look here. And I definitely want more. There already are more. Water, shield, and arrow are out. And I have shield and arrows 2-pack in my HLJ warehouse, which I'll get eventually. And then water's out with the gun right now. But yeah, it's still really cool. You can still do a revolve on for whatever sense that you want to do for. And then we'll revolve back, I guess. And then I assume you can do a victory or a finisher. Yeah, hammer strike. So it's just going to keep doing the same thing, which is what I figured it would do. And we'll take the buckle off. And then these ones, the simpler ones, I mean, like I said, they all can go on whatever side. So if you want to do that, the light's up there as well. So it's basically, it's the same reader on either side. So it can register any buckle you want. Which is just a really fun thing because you can do the revolve on when you have it in one orientation if you don't want to take the buckles off, or you can do whatever kind of orientation. There's just a lot of fun combinations with this, which is what I think makes this driver a very unique one in that sense, especially because like I like how we kind of have two different kinds of gimmicks. You know, you have the bigger, more important buckles that offer more to the Grand Prix, and you have these weapon ones. So let's do a combination with this and Boost, which I have this backwards. So there is Hammer. Because Boost is probably one of my favorite ones. It's a little hard to line it up sometimes. So this is Hammer as the torso and Boost as the legs. So I mean, we can do a finisher because why not? So that's really cool. Very, very fun. So we'll go ahead and I'm always gonna forget to close Boost up, and then we'll take Hammer off. And we'll go ahead and check out the Revice buckle before we check out Buffa's stuff. So here is what a Legend Rider buckle is going to look like, and these are pretty cool. I definitely do like these quite a bit, especially because these are $5. Like when they're individually like sold by themselves, like the 011 is in my HLJ warehouse. That was like $4 something. They're very cheap and very tempting. So, but here is Revice's. So as you can see, you have the kind of pinkish blue colors of Revi and Vice. And there is the Revice driver. Now you do get this weird like clear piece over it, which is, it's fine. I don't really mind it too much. But basically, this is how we're going to get all of these buckles. They're going to have older drivers on there and then activate older transformation sounds. Now, Revice is special since it's the show that came right before Geats. So Revice is actually getting multiple Legend Rider buckles, one for the two-side driver, one for the Demons driver, one for the Libera driver, and of course the Revice driver. Every other show besides Revice just has their main belt, so like Sengoku driver, or Drive driver, or Ghost driver, whatever it may be. But what's really cool about this is that unlike the weapons where like you put them on either orientation, either side, the hammer is still a hammer regardless, that wouldn't really work for the drivers, so you can spin it. So all of the Legend Rider ones, you can spin it so you can have it be on either side that you want, which is really cool. So this is a deluxe Revice buckle, and it was a first release bonus, and let's see what it does.
Revice driver.
So it says Revice driver. So that should sound pretty familiar to you. It is just Revice's generic jingle, but still pretty cool. I like these quite a bit. I can't wait until like they do a Gaim one and everything. Because so far there's sounds in here for all of the Heisei Riders, all of the Rainbow Riders. There's not every show is in here. If I remember correctly, Ichigo, V3's in here because it's going to be V3's 50th anniversary soon. And then Black Sun is in here, which is really cool. And then I think Black and Black RX are in there because of Black Sun. And then Kuga through Geo, and then 01 Saber, Revice, and then, like I said, Demons, Live/Evil, and Gene have ones as well. But yeah, and also there's a Dawn Brothers one in here, there's a Sentai one in here, so we're going to probably get stuff like that, which will be pretty cool. But that is our first Legend Rider buckle for Kamen Rider Revice. So now I'm going to go and take out the ID core, and we'll move on to the secondary set, which is for Kamen Rider Buffa. So first of all, you get these like straps or these little buckle holders, which these are pretty thick, and these will go onto the driver, and then it looks like you can kind of rotate them around. So you kind of just, I assume, you just sort of slide it in somehow. I'm actually not sure how you're supposed to do this. Do you like latch it in this way? Ah, okay, so you have a buckle in there, and then you can rotate this and take it out, and then okay, so you can just have these sitting on the side, just kind of ready for your arsenal, if you can actually fit the belt straps. But, you know, I don't think a lot of people, I mean, obviously these are cool, and I like that they're here, but that's not the main reason why people are buying that set. They're buying it for this thing. So here is the Zombie Raise Buckle, which this one is a really cool looking one. And then you do get Buffa's ID chip, which looks pretty cool. It's a nice translucent purple with the orange. I think Buffa's going to be a pretty fun character. He definitely seems like a nice adversary kind of character to Geats. So this one has a pretty cool like action feature. So we'll go ahead and do the entry form with Buffa. And I'm pretty sure that's the exact same. I'll just test it out, but... It definitely is. So if you're curious about that, the ID chips really don't matter too much. I just hope that Bandai actually does release them all. It seems like a very easy thing to do. It's also cool too because since they are just like this like plastic, you could probably like 3D print your own like ID chip if you really want to make like your own Kamen Rider or something. Since they can all use each other's buckles, and they have been doing that because they just win these buckles in fights, so people can just pick up random buckles. Like obviously Magnum Boost is advertised to be Geats' main buckle. Buffa's, you know, he usually uses Zombie. But like episode 3, we see that Geats is going to use Zombie. So like, you really can do however you want. So there is Zombie. So we'll go ahead and latch this one in. And this one, you're going to turn this little dial. So that one's really cool. So I love this. It has like these, like this rib cage doors that open and this hand that comes grabbing it out. That's really freaking cool. I like this one a lot. What's also cool is that we haven't really seen like what everybody's other main buckles are going to be. So like you would imagine that Buffa has another buckle that goes with Zombie that will kind of create the full circle there, which is going to look really cool. So like everybody should technically have like 2 main big buckles that they use. But I love this. I like this one quite a bit, so I'm happy that I got the combo set, which gives you Zombie, and we can do a finisher as well, of course. And then, so basically you have to push the hand, there we go, and close the door. So I want to do a alternate transformation, so we'll do Zombie. And then just for the fun of it, because I haven't done Magnum on the other side, I'll put Magnum on the other side. This is going to be interesting, so I'll spin this. And there it is. So that is, like, look at this. Like, it's such a thick belt. There's so much going on. It's really cool. So we'll go ahead and take Magnum off. We'll go ahead and close up Zombie. I can't wait to see, like, what other buckles are going to, you know, have more creative action features and everything. And we'll take the ID chip out. But that is pretty much going to do it for my little review, first impressions, showcase, or whatever, of the Kamen Rider Geats Deluxe Desire Driver and Zombie Raise Buckle Holder Set and first release bonus Revice Buckle. So lots of stuff going on here. I think for $100 off of Amazon Japan, this was a fantastic deal. So I cannot wait to see other buckles that we get. I'm definitely going to be getting more. They definitely got me in on this one a little bit. This is pretty cool. This is probably my favorite Reiwa era belt so far. But I mean, I don't know. I have all the main Reiwa era belts. I have the 01 driver, the Sword driver, the Revice driver, and now the Desire driver. This one's pretty cool though, so I definitely do like it quite a bit. And I will leave a link to it on Amazon Japan in the description below. The one that comes with the Revice buckle might be sold out at this point, unfortunately, but I will check up if at least I'll put the combo set. And also I'm going to leave an HLJ affiliate link in the description below, because if you use that to get any of the other buckles that they have in stock, I get a little commission for that and it helps out the channel. So check out those links in the description below if you want to check out Kamen Rider Geats merchandise. And I will be doing other Geats videos on the channel. I'm not going to get like every single thing that comes out in this toy line. Like obviously I skipped the gun so I don't have water or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to try to get some of the stuff. This is pretty cool, and I want more buckles to use with my Desire driver. So hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Let me know if I forgot anything down in the comments below. I know there were so many other combinations and everything I could make, and probably some finishers and other stuff and buckle features that I missed, but I think I got the gist of it. So until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and I'll see you all next time.